there a plan, or have you ever discussed an opportunity to flatline the budget for the county?
Sorry, could you wrap up the comments?
Yes, I will. And second, can we receive a breakdown of the dollars returned to each of our towns in the county for the investment that we're making? Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I would love an answer, too, if there is an answer to whether or not you've had a conversation about flatlining the budget. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to comment tonight?
That's why there were a couple people you'll see later on from Summit, and you gotta love these guys. I mean, they come up there, say thanks for listening to me. I mean, they're not throwing stuff at me or whatever, and then they go on to this, please help us, we need trouble. And they don't know, they don't have a clue.
Hi, Andy Smith from Summit, New Jersey. For the purposes of full disclosure here, I am running for freeholder as a Republican. And as an initial matter, I would like to say that I truly do appreciate what all you are doing up here. I think it takes a lot to be in the position that you're in, and to sit here week in and week out and listen to what everybody has to say. And I have a lot of respect for what you're doing up there. That being said, I have a question about a statistic that just came out from the Tax Foundation, which indicated that Union County is has the fifth highest tax rate as a percentage of income of any county in the entire United States of America. In other words, when you look at our income as a county, the average income, and what we pay in property taxes, we pay more of a percentage of our income for property taxes than any other, than the county in the United States of America, save 4. Now, my question is to you is, are you aware of that? And if so, when we have a budget that's increased 4.9% or whatever it is, $26 million increase in the budget, when, for example, my town had the school board budget came in at 0, we're under 2%. The mandate coming down from the state is 2%. We're at 4.9, and we're spending more and more every day. Are you aware of this? And if you are, what are you doing, to try to curb some of this spending? Why are we spending $2 million or whatever it is on Music Fest, $136,000 on a website that should cost you $2,000? Why are we spending this money when we are clearly one of the worst counties in the entire United States in terms of property tax rate? When I'm spending a quarter of my property taxes, a quarter is going to this county. More in my property taxes are going to this county than are going to the actual city that I live in. That's giving me all the services, police and fire, health department, libraries, YMCA, all the services that I'm getting from my town cost less than what we're getting from the county. And what we give the county, we give less to our own city. When I got a neighbor across the street who's a senior citizen who's lived in her home for 50 years and may have to move out of her house because she's on a fixed income and she can't afford property taxes. My question is, what is the Freeholder Board doing about trying to get that number more along the lines of what everybody else is doing in terms of cutting? And why can't we cut some of these excess programs like Music Fest? Why can't we have a bit of a better eye into some of the spending than we have now?
Thank you for your comment.
I'm Tom Garvey from Summit, New Jersey, and I'm the president of the Summit Taxpayers Association. And thank you for the opportunity to speak here, Madam Chairwoman and freeholders. Maybe just to add a little bit of color and commentary to some of the comments that Mr. Smith just shared with you. The Summit Taxpayers Association is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization advocating for fiscally responsible government. So that's what I'm here advocating for today. And the city of Summit spends $129 million a year. That's our tax levy each year. So the residents of the city of Summit are taxed $129 million. And the breakdown of that is 53% to operate our school, 23%, 23% and a half to operate our town, and then the remainder goes to the county. So it, as Andy just mentioned, it costs us more in taxpayer dollars to fund the activities of our county than it does to fund our town. So let's talk a little bit about our town. We spend $27.8 million to fund our police services, our fire services, our city hall, all of our employees that work on our city roads, etc. And we spend a lot of time. I attend more town council meetings than I would like to, and we have a great deal of debate about how we invest those dollars. And I'm not pleased, but we have made some progress on the city budget this year. Our tax increase, the levy, will be an increase of $70 per household. A total increase of just under $500,000 for our city. In our school, which is $63 million, it's a budget of $63 million, our progress has been greater. So on a budget of $63 million for the 2011-2012 school year in the city of Summit, the increase is zero. We're not spending a penny more, zero increase. And that has been a result of a lot of hard work. We've had difficult conversations with all of our teachers. We've held the line in terms of requiring city employees to increase their contributions to our health care and benefits. And I must say that I was just jarred by the vote of this council to provide lifetime health care benefits to 600-odd non-union employees when we in the town surrounded as a part of this county are working really, really hard to do just the opposite. And my daughter is a teacher. I love teachers, and I'm concerned primarily about the ability for our pensions and for the fiscal soundness of those funds, which she will be relying on someday. And I think that there's a good bit of work to be done there. On the county, we spend, as I said, more than we do in our town. We receive precious little information back in terms of return for our dollars. So $28.7 million is going to the county, Union County. The last survey and analysis that we did around it, which is very dated, says that we get about 15 cents back on each dollar. So you can imagine the cross subsidies that are going on and how the taxpayers in Summit feel about that. So my question is twofold. One, is there a way that the county can help us achieve the goal for the Summit Taxpayers Association over the next 3 years? Our goal is to have zero tax increases over the period of 3 years. And I've just gone through the city and the school, what we've done, and we have a shot at it. I mean, but for the county. The county taxes this year are going up over $1 million to the city of Summit. And as mentioned, an increase of 4.9%. We have come in under the nominal direction of the governor of under 2%. We have done that even though we could have spent much more money in things unrelated to that cap and spent more dollars. We really advocated and successfully achieved fiscal responsibility. So I'd ask, is there a plan, or have you ever discussed an opportunity to flatline the budget for the county?
Sorry, could you wrap up the comments?
Yes, I will. And second, can we receive a breakdown of the dollars returned to each of our towns in the county for the investment that we're making? Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I would love an answer too, if there is an answer to whether or not you've had a conversation about flatlining the budget. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to comment?
Good evening. My name is Ed Van. I'm from Summit. I'm the secretary of the Summit Taxpayers Association, and I have a chart here which I would like to present.
Could you give it to the clerk, please? Thank you.
This chart basically shows the taxes in Summit from the year 2002 to the year 2011. The figures for the county are estimated because we couldn't get the final figures yet. I believe they are out now and they will be adjusted. You can see that the school rate is down to 1.87. The city is down to 1.93. The sum of those two is 1.89. The county is coming down and is at 3.82 for an overall tax rate of 2.36. As Tom Garvey has stated to you, we'd like to see that be zero by the year 2014. We hope that you can help us with that. Thank you.
My own sake, not out of to defend myself, but when I go in that room, I don't think of myself. I realize I am the exception. I'm thinking of other people. People do not want to go to these meetings because it's a waste of time, and it is a waste of time. There were 3 gentlemen there from very accomplished, well-spoken people from Summit. They made an intelligent presentation to the freeholders. It was the Summit Taxpayers Association. They said we were able to work with our town council to keep the line on taxes. We were able to work with our school board to have a 0% increase, and our goal is to have a 0% increase for 3 years, and we're working really hard, and we would like to work with you. And that was it. It just fell flat. I think they were a little stunned that they got no reaction from that. They're not going to come back. They won't be back. So they don't have to call them names and harass them, because those people, they'll just act, just ignore them and they'll go away.